Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, the 21st of September. We're Signal Centre Talking Ball. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Steve O'Hare and Ian Coleman. Good morning, guys.
Morning,
Good
all.
morning.
Did you have a nice weekend?
Yeah,
Very nice weekend, thank you. Along with other Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
No, you're not
Another-
West Ham this weekend, then.
No, not this
No.
weekend. No, we're not talking about West
It
Ham.
might have been if they won.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had a little. I haven't had a bet on football for ages, but my accumulator came up at the weekend, which is quite nice. I had Liverpool to beat Chelsea, and the one that I thought this is going to work, Arsenal to beat West Ham. That was. I don't know how I got away with that. Yeah, I mean West Ham were all over them second half.
Yeah, I know.
Should really have should have at least got a draw, if not the win.
I felt confident on that match, so I went down the
Yeah.
pub to watch it, and I was squirming down there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of West Ham fans around.
Yeah, it's not. I bet they weren't fucking happy.
No, well, I mean, I think they were quite happy that they played as well as they did.
Yeah, but it's
But they probably deserved a little bit more.
It was like a different team from the week before for West Ham.
Yeah, crazy.
What was your third game then, Stephen? It's normally three matches.
Leicester. Yeah, I'd Leicester to win, and that was a little bit close. But the other one was Everton at home to win as well. So I mean, I think it was worked out about 8-1 or something in total. But the Liverpool game was the real clincher. That was the evens. But that, for me, I mean, they were just absolutely slaughtered Chelsea. So I feel quite confident now that they've got Thiago and they've also signed Jota as well.
Yeah. Anyway, better get off the old transfer news and football updates and start talking about some markets. There's actually something to talk about today. It's all kicking off as we start the week by the looks of things.
Yeah. I'd like to sort of highlight the DAX that are sort of called on the gun to head. I know we'll get onto that a little bit later, but this was
close at 9 o'clock, mate.
Yeah, I know it did, unfortunately. But this is what we've seen this morning. We've seen it obviously break this swing low, and that's pretty bearish. But also we've had this upward trending support. We expected a little bit of support around about the 12.8. Oh, well, it came in at 12.915 this morning. It was around about 12.850 on Friday. And it's absolutely sliced through it. And looking at now this swing low, 12.780. And obviously, if we get a break of here, 12.746, then DAX is in trouble.
Is it on the back of US-Iran mumble, do you think?
I think it's on the back of my trading bull call on Friday.
The amount of volume that you got behind it.
I mean, you've got the double top formation. If you sort of break it down to the hourly charts, so that's got a measured move of somewhere in the region, probably not far off it now. It's gone through it now. So, I don't know. I wouldn't sort of try and buy this at all. It's like catching a knife. This could be a little bit of a bearish week, I think, for us for stocks.
No,
looking that way. It's not only the Iran stuff, but also stuff about China continued. Breakdown in relationships. I think they're trying to ban WeChat by the looks of things in America, but that's so far been blocked by a US judge. TikTok is another talking point as well. Decisions, their decision to partner with Oracle and Walmart has allowed it to escape the ban from being blocked by the looks of things. So a few bits and pieces going on. Have you seen the stuff about Boris Johnson as well?
No, missed that.
He there's rumours going around that he went to Italy last weekend and stayed at his pal's house, the Russian chap that owns the Evening Standard.
Well, I know he can't afford a nanny, supposedly.
Apparently this was for a baptism ceremony or something, but Italy's not on the list, so it's not like he has to quarantine or anything when he gets home, but I just think there's just been outright denials of it, but he's been seen at Perugia Airport or something by the staff there, so I don't know if they're trying to sweep this under the carpet or what, but just the lying, I think, is the main issue, that he's just sort of denying it, even though he's maybe been seen, but we have to wait and see how that develops and whether or not the mainstream media called him out on it, because it's just sort of going under the radar a little bit at the minute.
Yeah.
Not the flight radar, though. They're all over that, seeing where that came from. Yeah, so interesting, but I think it's probably going to see further selling off on the tech side of things, which is dragging these indices lower. I mean, if you look at the US indices compared to the European indices, they've actually lagged over the last couple of weeks or so. But we're seeing the full force of that this morning. If you see the FTSE, that's looking pretty nasty.
Yeah, I mean that's a head and shoulders formation in the FTSE that's completed actually.
Yeah, if you look at the daily on that, Steve, and I don't know if you've got the wedge drawn on that.
No, I deleted everything from my my charts last week.
Yeah, just so that last sort of couple of months or so, it's been a sort of, yeah. No, I'd go further up from the high. Should I just put it on my chart? Might be easier.
Yeah, do it on your chart. Yeah.
At that.
Oh right, I
Daily
see.
chart. So just that sort of descending channel or wedge, and it sort of failed at the upper end here. And I guess we're looking at this level here, the low, to see whether or not. I'll be quiet. Can't turn it off.
Yeah.
Shut up. There we go. Yeah, so if we take out this low here, 57.66, then we could be seeing a lot more selling pressure potentially.
Phase 2.
Yeah.
Corona.
In line with coronavirus, yeah. So there's some chat today on the corona front from Chris Whitty and the other chat, Patrick Valence, is it, at 11 o'clock? I don't know if they're going to be talking about this sort of mini lockdown that we're potentially going to get in the UK, which will be a 2-week reset, as they're calling it.
What would that be? Sort of like over half term and a week before, a week after?
Possibly. I don't know when they're looking to impose it, but I think they're saying schools and workplaces are going to remain open, so I don't know if it will just be sort of a social, no pubs or whatever, restaurants. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots to potentially wreak havoc in the markets in the week ahead, by the sounds of things. Ian, what's the FX side of things looking like?
I'm not going to say boring. I've seen a few things this morning. I mean, this is the dollar index that we keep on going on about. Still don't think it's got down to the right levels. I mean, we're seeing a move higher this morning on buying dollars because of obviously risk appetite. So risk of and buying dollars for safe haven. So we are seeing a tick up, but you really got to break these levels up here. Is it at 93? It's nearly at 90. Steve's level, 93.12. It'll probably turn around there. Didn't watch that this morning, but I mean the long-term picture is still to the upside. I mean this just looks like a big reverse head and shoulders. We're just getting this right shoulder sorted out, but I'd expect to see a swing low below this previous low, which is around about 92.70. So if you sort of reflect that back on these other majors, I mean, since the 17th of August, you could say that euro dollar's consolidated, which is obviously over a month worth of price action. But I think until we get a breakout, again, you can just going to get chopped up inside this sort of range here. But the long-term bias is to break to the downside. What did I see this morning? There was a couple of things I thought this morning were quite interesting. Oil, which is something that I don't normally cover. We had the strongest rally since June last week, and we've got this fib confluence area up here at 42, around about 42 the figure, which if it gets up there I think could be quite an interesting level, both from a confluence area, which is a symmetrical pattern, and also from sort of an Elliott wave perspective, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up in 5. But this strong sell-off this morning, it might not make it. And dollar yen and the yen crosses, let's just make sure I've got the right chart. Is this the one? Looks like a big head and shoulders breakout, so a bit like your indices, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breakout, target level down here for euro yen at 121.82. And I thought dollar yen was even more interesting in the fact that if we go to a weekly chart, we've got this support level or trend line support all the way down at 102.55. Now if we go to this chart, and I'll just make it into an 8-hour chart actually, a bit easier. It's not an 8-hour chart, it's an 80-minute chart. What's that about? 8-hour chart. Then there's this confluence area here, so there's no real indication that this is coming to an end. You might get a little bit of a correction near this previous swing low, which was at 104.18. We're just trading at 104.23. But you've got this nice confluence area down here between 102.65 and 102.40, which lines up basically with that. So I think it could be, like you're saying, quite an aggressive week lower for stock indices and buying yen and buying safe haven, basically.
Yeah, and that would line up with the dollar stuff as well.
Yeah,
I guess.
Is what I'm thinking at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think it might be a case of the trend is your friend this week.
Okay. I don't know if you guys have looked at the calendar about the week ahead. Is there any sort of big events that we should be keeping an eye out for? I mean, to put you both on the spot there, I haven't seen anything myself, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nah.
Right, nothing going on.
No, Trump will give us a bit of entertainment anyway. So.
Yeah.
I've just finished my book, by the way.
Oh, right.
It's very good. Dark Towers, about the Deutsche Bank and Trump relationship. Well, not just about their relationship, but basically just how bent Deutsche Bank was.
Oh, nice.
With all the derivative trading. And they did saying there was a guy called Wiz who worked in their Russian office, and he did this thing called mirror trading, which basically they turned rubles into dollars and then shipped them all around the world. So basically just blatant money laundering.
Like you do.
But it is interesting. It's interesting how much Trump owes them.
Oh, really?
Which is a few $100 million, yeah.
Which he'll deny, so no,
yeah.
it's fake news.
Yeah, which they really struggled with after he got in, obviously, because nobody expected him to get in. So anyway, it's worth a read, put it that way.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so guns to the head on Friday. Let's have a look at how we did there. Steve, as you alluded to, you were onto a winner there with the DAX. Just a shame we didn't have more time on that one, but it ended up being a 1.27R winner for you at the 9 p.m. close. Ian, I believe you were stopped on Euro New Zealand dollar, and I had a tiny loss of 0.15R on Euro Yen. Trying to play for that head and shoulders that Ian's mentioned this morning. So timing wise, didn't really work out on that front, but overall we made a bit of money on Friday. So heading in the right direction, and hopefully we can continue that this week. And looks like we've got some volatility to potentially capitalize on.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
So who's got any ideas then? I struggled, if I'm honest, but I got something.
I don't mind going with something. Go on.
All right, so I'm looking at Bitcoin. When times are hard and I can't find anything in the markets, I tend to go for a wander down Bitcoin lane, and this is the daily chart. Notice that potentially a bit of a top pattern formed throughout this period here. We saw the breakdown. Are we now seeing the retest? It lines up quite nicely with a 50% level there at 11,150. Decent turnaround. Bearish looking candle so far today. So looking at the intraday charts, this is the hourly. Is there a potential head and shoulders top taking place here on the hourly chart? We've seen a breakdown below the 10 period moving average, which for me is often a bit of a trigger of momentum. So I'm going to jump on that now, selling at 10,800, it's 10,900, stop loss at 11,015. Let's just give that a tiny bit of room. Spread's going to be quite wide on this thing, so it probably won't matter. And then I'm going to target the head and shoulders, potential head and shoulders setup at 10,500. It is only a potential head and shoulders because it hasn't broken the neckline, which comes in at 10,760 according to my chart. So we'll see how that plays out today.
Good luck.
Who's next?
You can go, E.
I've got mine set up. I'm just going for that dollar yen. So I don't think we're going to get. This is obviously that previous support that we mentioned. We did see a bit of reaction, but I think if it gets down below this morning's low, then we could see some stops taken out, and you might see quite an impulsive move lower. So I'm going to sell it at the market, which is at 104.18. I'm going to target 102.69. I'm going to put a stop just above today's swing high, so quite aggressive at 104.40 at 7R, but I doubt I'll get it down there. But got to be in it to win it.
You do. Good luck.
You certainly do.
Steve.
I've basically, I'm going to sell a indice. It's just a case of which one. I'm going to go with Nasdaq tech stocks. They've got. I think they're going to follow suit with what's happening in the European session and be a little bit more aggressive later. So just going on the hourly chart, obviously, get rid of that. We've got this swing low level at 10,765. Which occurred, what time was that? 6 o'clock. Is that last night? No, that's a Friday, 6 o'clock Friday. I think we're on the way down there again. I would sell every indice, but this is probably the one offering a little bit better, slightly better risk reward at the moment, I think, as we get the follow through later. How aggressive am I going to be? I hear you all scream. Let's be really aggressive with this. So I can have a decent stop. The swing high here is 11,012. So I'm going to put the stop just above there, 11,020. And let's round that up, 1750, 175 ticks. And let's go for something around about 7. How's that? 4-1, 700 points. So I'm selling it at 10,850. The target's 10,150, and the stop is 11,025. That's
Lovely.
Nasdaq. Easy
Best
peasy
of
lemon
luck.
squeezy. Yeah, cheers.
Okay. Data. What? Go on.
I was going to say, how's our talking? What's my results? I'm sort of clawing it back, aren't I? Because I've sort of had a bad run about a month ago. What am I up to now? What's my R?
4.46.
Okay. Happy with that.
Yes. So data-wise today, we've got US Chicago Fed Index, which is expected to fall to 0.8 from 1.2. That's out at 130. So fairly quiet on the data front today. And as we said, there's going to be sort of other news that's probably going to drive the markets this week. Chat over US and China, COVID cases. There's also some voting going on in Italy at the minute, which could affect the stability of the country's coalition government. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. And of course, these sanctions with between US and Iran happening as well. So plenty in the news. And obviously we're seeing some volatility first thing on a Monday morning, so it could be a pretty choppy week. So be careful if you're trading. Yeah, anything else, guys, or should we wrap it up there?
No.
Yeah, I think we can wrap it up there. Well done,
Lovely.
Joe.
Cool. Okay, have a good day, everybody, and we will catch you all tomorrow morning.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers then. Bye-bye.
Bye.